So I guess before I start this, I'll read this off. This game is not suitable for children or the easily disturbed. It includes depictions of horror elements, human-animal violence and death, abusive relationships, disturbing images, loud noises, flashing images, lights, and more. Individuals suffer from anxiety, depression, or certain fears, phobias may not have a safe experience playing this game. For a list of content trigger warnings, go to the About section of the game's menu. Dang, there's a lot of weird stuff with this one. But keep in mind, it is all fictional. So, yeah. Please take care of yourself. Of course, always. Not take this cat home. Oh wait, it says continue. That's not right. Ah, it saved it from when I tried it out before. Can I load it then? No, I can't. Okay, well, I guess we're jumping into this from a continue point. That's annoying. You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. And you're actually glad that you did. Weather's absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do, even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. What was that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just manages to reach down in between the tall buildings on either side. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. Loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground softening your steps. Finally, the sound source comes into view in a warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Guess that should have been obvious? It's an interesting looking cat. Pretty old eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. So, you look so familiar, right? Then again, it is a cat, not many different ways for a standard black cat to look after all. This one sure is a cutie though. Just look. Not glaring at you or hissing at you for getting this close like other stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there patiently, waiting for you to do something. Alright, what should we do? I'll take it. Well, why not? Right? You barely reach out your arms before the cat eagerly leaps into them and climbs up onto your shoulders. It butts its head into your temple, nuzzling against it. You can't help but smile at the cat's enthusiasm. Let's get you out of here, yeah? On the way home, you briefly consider getting cat food. But that would be a waste of time. You sure get the odd feeling and move on. You live in a modest apartment. One bedroom, one bathroom, one you living alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside of it after so long, even if it's just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you wait for it to walk away and explore the new environment. But it simply sits and looks up at you acceptantly. Do something with cat. Like what? Pet cat. Tomorrow day you have to access to a cute fluffy animal. What else is there to do but to pet it to your heart's content? You sit on the floor in your living room and click your tongue to call the cat over. Cat dashes over to you, immediately climbing into your lap. Poor thing, you just want some attention, don't you? Alright. You carefully pet the cat. A rub behind the ear, a scratch under the chin, a smooth sweep along the back. Good. You keep petting the cat in your lap, enjoying this bonding time together. But the cat starts to get restless after a while. Let's do something else. Play with the cat. Poor thing was probably bored stiff sitting in an old box all day, just watching crowds of people walking by them, ignoring them. You can't just leave them alone as soon as you're home. A little interspecies socializing won't kill you, right? You just want some attention, don't you? You want to play, huh? Okay then. What to play though? Let's see. Look the yarn. Laser still works. Hide and seek. Laser pointer. Cats are curious creatures by nature. They're also natural hunters, sort of. Why not pass the time by letting the cat hunt after something it'll never quite understand? That sounds a little mean when you think of it like that. But it's not like the cat will know anyway. Ignorance is bliss, or so they say. So you dig out your old laser pointer from your long-gone dreaded days of group presentations in school. You flip on and see that even after all this time, the batteries still work. You get a little kick out of aiming at the mirror hanging in the living room, so it reflects off the glass. Make a little red dot appear on your knee. Cat cautiously walks over, stopping every few steps to cast a look at suspicion at you. When it finally reaches you, it lightly presses a paw to your knee, like it's trying to catch the dot of red light as casually as possible. You manage to hold back a chuckle, not that matters. Cat isn't paying attention to you at all, entirely focused on the light now resting on top of its paw. You move the light at a little higher above your knee. Cat reacts immediately, trying to pin the light down. But in the next second, you've already moved to the floor. Cat jerkily follows, attempting a more energetic pounce when you shift the red dot. Over here. Over there. And over there. By the couch. On the couch. The cat might be ignoring you, but you're certainly enjoying yourself. It's been a while since you've laughed this much. You're laughing so much, in fact, that you accidentally shift the red dot onto a lamp beside the couch. In its haste to get the light, the cat leaps onto the lamp, sending them both to the ground. Oh no. Oh my gosh. The cat is sitting in the middle of the former lamp's broken shards. Back hunched, its head whipping around back and forth as if in a panic. You quickly turn off the laser pointer and rush over. I'm sorry, are you okay? Are you hurt? You reach down to pick up the cat and check for any injuries when... Ow! Hey! The cat swipes at you, claws extended. It backs up and twitches away, making frantic half-turns in various directions as if looking for something. Or waiting for something to appear. Jeez, that really hurt, you know? You hold the hand with the scratch close to your chest. It's bleeding, but it's not too big. You're more annoyed than anything, but... Immediately your annoyance starts to bleed into concern. You watch in shock as the cat starts to run around, tearing at the carpet, the sofa, your armchair. You want to stop it, but you're afraid of getting in the middle of its rampage. You consider calling a vet for advice on how to calm it down, but for some reason, you feel like that wouldn't be a good idea. What happened to you? Is it... An idea comes to you, or rather, a realization. You grasp the laser pointer, aiming it safely away towards the floor in the middle of the living room, thinking, hoping, that the cat would calm down if it found what it was looking for. Turning on the laser pointer. The cat's reaction is immediate. What? What? You screwed up. In the span of mere seconds, you watch as the cat spies the red dot from its perch on the shredded armchair. Leaps high into the air. Changes in the air. And slams down upon the doll on the floor with a weight and force that shakes the whole apartment. Maybe even the whole building. You wonder dazedly how none of the other tenants have rushed over to complain about the noise. Yet you stare at the sight in front of you. The cat has somehow grown in size. Eyes bulging and glowing. Tail thrashing. Teeth enlarged, barred, and covered alarmingly with a bubbling froth. Its giant claws rip and shred through the carpet, through the floor tiles, and even below them. Ravenously trying to get at the red dot. Your hands are shaking. You don't know what to do. You feel trapped. You have to get away. Get it away from you. You slowly back up towards the door. The light moves with you. Instinctively, you flick the light away, this way and that. The cat stampeding after you. So fast. Smashing through the TV, breaking the couch in half. Too fast. Bulldozing through the wall into the hallway. Chance. You turn, intending to bolt out the door and never come back. But in your haste, you forget something. You forget several somethings. You forget the laser point gripped like a lifeline in your hand. You forget the mirror still miraculously hanging on the wall next to the hallway, the laser reflecting off it. You look a small, glowing red dot on the back of your head. And as you reach the door, you forget that it's locked. Ah! You don't even have the chance to turn around before the cat lunges all the way across the room at you. You are torn to shreds before you can even blink. Ending 12, targeted. Yes, it's one of these games. You're walking, right, of course. First time in a while that you felt like going out, and you're actually glad you did. Okay, so it seems like that this part's the same. I'm gonna make a save point there. So we can always start back here. Basically, that's the gist of this game. There's like multiple endings with different scenarios. There actually was a first one that I did to where I did take the cat home, it was raining, and then the cat like feasted on us. And then it kind of changed entirely to this. That was me just testing the game, though. I didn't realize that I couldn't go back to it, though. Hey, we're not taking the cat home. Sadly, as cute as the cat is, you never take this thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. You are. With rent and bills to pay for, not to mention need to buy food to survive, too. There's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? You could barely afford this little outing on your day off. What to do? You are not ready. What? What if I play with the cat out here? Oh, you just want a little attention, don't you? Poor thing must be bored sitting in that box all day. You're not sure you're much of an interesting companion, but you're willing to do your best. That'd be something you can entertain the little critter with. But what? Like pockets. You dig into your pockets. You find a small piece of string in your left pocket. Not very helpful. The string is far too short. An eager and excited cat leaping for it could easily lead you to getting bitten or scratched. In your right pocket, bar of chocolate. Oh no. Wait, why do I have chocolate in my pockets? That makes no sense. I can't give this cat chocolate. Another thing you go and use your phone. Not much for anything the cat can play with, but there is something you can do. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was fun, right? Well, you enjoyed yourself, but nothing else to do and no intention of lacking the cat home. You decide it's probably best to just leave. You don't want the cat to get too attached after all. At least you'll have some memories to take with you. Okay, see you around, I guess. Good luck? Okay. You turn and walk away, but as you leave... Huh? Your phone just got a message. You open it up and... What? Aren't I cute? It's a picture of a familiar-looking cat. Huh? The cat does look cute, and happier in the picture. But it's not a picture you recognize. What the heck? Did I? You didn't take this picture. You peek over your shoulder at the cat. But the cat is simply looking at you. It meows sadly, as if pleading you to come back. No, let's get out the alleyway. You ignore the cat and briskly walk out the alley without another look. That was weird. You're a good distance away when... Again. You reluctantly look at the new message and... Don't ignore me. Creeped out, you decide to just go home. I know you're seeing these. Come back. Come back. Oh. Oh, I don't like that one. Come back. Come back. Block the number, dude. Oh. Oh. Can see you. Oh, it's not at the eyes now. Hey, you can't steal my stick. That's my background. Can always see you. I can see you too. You can't hide. I will always fight you. That's so scary. Come on. Your eyes dart around nervously, certain that you're being followed. But there's nothing there. You're finally home, but you feel too shaken for any relief to calm you down. You rush to the bathroom and slam the door behind you. Ow! Everything's okay. This isn't real. It's just like a bad dream. Everything's okay. You fumble into the dark and turn on the sink and splash your face with some cold water. Why would you go in the bathroom with lights out? That just raises the creep factor. Hoping it will calm your mind and stop hallucinations. Because that's all they are, right? Hallucinations. You really regret leaving home today. You must have been overworking yourself more than you realized. Yeah, that must be. Seriously, block the number. You jump as your phone alerts you to yet another message received. Ignore. Phone vibrates consistently over and over, but you just can't look. You keep your eyes squeezed shut, your fingers tightly grip the sink. In your mind, you beg whoever or whatever is doing this to just stop already. Please, please, please just put me out of my misery. You mutter this quietly. You don't really mean it. You don't. But as the words take shape in the darkest corners of your mind, the phone immediately stops vibrating. You think that this would give you relief, but you only feel dread sinking heavily into your stomach. You can feel eyes on you. You can feel puffs of air on the back of your neck. Damp and deep and slow. You take a deep breath and open your eyes. You look at the mirror. Nothing. You peek around the room. Still nothing. Nothing at all. But you know that something is there. Waiting to be acknowledged. For you to accept the fact of its existence. Only then it will deign to give you peace. To free you from a life of constantly looking over your shoulder. Of fearing your own image. Your own reflection. You can feel its patience, limitless and old. Can't win against in a war of attrition. Your lifespan will long expire before it tires of you. So, you close your eyes and accept it. Oh, okay. You're just there. Alright. As your head is severed from your neck, you're filled with peace. Grateful that at the very least, you never had to see it. Whatever it was. Ending 31, headshot. How many freaking endings this game have? Oh wait, we have like a save thing. Just load. Yeah, there we go. So, don't take home. Just gonna leave cat. Ignore it completely. You don't think it's a good idea to get cat's hopes up of having someone look after it if you're not willing to commit? What if it gets attached and somehow tracks you down back to your home? You never get what? I didn't even read that. It wouldn't let me read it. Sorry, see you around, I guess. You stand up, the cat watching your every move. You make it halfway out the alley, then the cat meows almost pitifully at you. I think I have to get more endings. Nope, you need to nip this in the bud and get on with your day. It's what's best for the both of you. You leave the alley and continue on your way. Wait, what was I doing? In all the excitement of dealing with your furry dilemma, you've forgotten that you still haven't decided on what you were going to do on your day off. Just watch a movie. It's been a while since a film came out that looked interesting enough for you to drag yourself to a movie theater. Or there's a showing of one such film at the old theater. The movie was a little too niche to be picked up by a new cinema that opened right across the street. That's okay though, you're not exactly a fan of the crowds. And nothing ruins the experience of watching a new movie for you more than a noisy audience. Old theater. You eagerly buy your ticket from a kind old man in the booth and head inside. It's barren of any trace of other people, and the decor looks like it hasn't changed since the 80s. Maybe even the 70s. But it's what you were counting on. You consider buying some popcorn, but can't help but be concerned that everything at the consist stand might be expired. Oh. Just bring your own food in, sneak it in. You move on and walk through the halls, finally locating the theater designated with your ticket stub. As expected, the theater your movie will be playing in is completely empty. Perfect. You pick a spot right in the middle, even counting the seats and taking into consideration the gap of the staircase. As you settle in, the dim lights fade away, leaving the room pitch black for a few seconds. Before the screen flickers on, no commercials or trailers pop up. The movie just begins. Please, you shrug and let yourself get immersed in the opening scene. But just as you're getting into the premise, the doors open behind you, momentarily casting light into the room and ruining the atmosphere. You hold in a frustrated sigh. It's a public establishment after all. The place can't exactly afford to stay open if you're the only customer. You try to refocus on the movie, but you sense a new presence slowly shifting around the theater before heading in your general direction. What? You gape in utter disbelief as the stranger shuffles down the aisle only to sit right in front of you. There's no one else here, and plenty of places to sit. The stranger is also unusually tall. Even with the stadium-like arrangement from the seats being on a somewhat steep incline, they're completely blocking your view. I'll just move to another spot. They won't. I ain't gonna let them ruin it. You don't want to risk escalating the situation further. This whole thing is already making you uneasy. Why would they choose to sit right in front of you? Surely they know you wouldn't be able to see past them. Shaking your head with a passive-aggressive scoff in the stranger's direction, you reluctantly pick another, less perfect seat in the theater. But, as you settle down, you see a strange person get up, only to once again sit down in the seat directly in front of you. You look around somewhat helplessly, as if waiting for someone to slightly agree with you about how odd all of this is, or to at least inform you that it's all an elaborate prank. But there's no one else here with you. That's how you've always liked it, but you can't help but think that maybe it would be nice to have someone else here if it meant not being alone in this weird jerk. Alright, that's when I have to confront them. You hate confrontation. You can already feel your palms starting to sweat at the idea of it. Your throat's closing up and your body's starting to shake. You've always been more of a fighter than a fighter. But you paid for this ticket. You've wanted to watch this movie for ages. Now this total stranger has ruined the entire experience for you. You're all alone in this theater. There's no one who will help you if something goes wrong. But you're angry enough that you ignore the signs of the body begging you to put as much distance as you can between yourself and the stranger. You stand up, even standing and higher up in the incline. The stranger's still at least a head taller than you. The movie continues to play in the background, but you feel as if a hush immediately falls heavily over the theater at your movement. As if you can sense the stranger anticipating what you plan to do next. You square your shoulders, force a little bass into your voice. Hey! The effort makes your words come out more harshly than you intend, like a sudden vicious bark. But you figure they deserve it anyway. You're being a real jerk, you know that? Just what are you playing at, huh? Are you trying to piss me off? The silence that follows your words is deafening. So much that you glance at the screen, only to find that the movie has paused. Your attention is ripped back to the stranger in front of you as they shift slightly, like a small animal trying desperately to anticipate the moves of a predator. What? Hi there, Jeffrey. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Like a small animal trying desperately to anticipate the moves of a predator, you don't move an inch. You don't look away. You don't dare to blink. Instead, your eyes widen as the person's head turns. Then turns some more. Greetings from Germany. Oh, wow. Nice to have you. We're just playing this, spooky visual novel. Then turns more, beyond what should be possible, neck bones cracking, to face you directly. You can't move. Wide glowing eyes resting above a wider, grinning mouth gaze down at you. The stranger opens their mouth, and what comes out is something impossible to comprehend. Sadly, I need to sleep because it's almost 2 a.m., but I want to fall before I forget. Oh yeah, get you some sleep, Jeffrey. But that is very kind of you to consider following. Hope to see you around sometime. Take care of yourself. Not the handsome, creepy man. They have a beautiful voice. The voice is endlessly deep and creaks like a weighty door, foreboding and oddly melodic. Even this guy thinks it sounds nice. You have a lovely voice, sir. Alluring. But it also snaps you out of your terrified trance, and before you know it, you're already out the door. Alright, guess I watched the movie. You run through the halls of the empty theater, heading for the exit. You feel something watching you from behind, but you're too afraid to look. The exit now in sight. You sprint forward and burst through the doors. You look around frantically and spot the crowded cinema across the street. People, that's what you need, safety in numbers and all that. Without thinking, you rush into the street when a sinking sensation crawls down your spine, compelling you to look behind you. Don't look behind you, don't look behind you, don't look behind you, don't look behind you. Got the new cinema. Refuse to even risk a peek over your shoulder, you rush across the street to the new cinema theater. You didn't realize that it felt like you'd been surrounded by some kind of dreadful pressure. Until it suddenly vanishes, leaving you feeling more than a little shaken. That kind of shapeshifter? Seems like it, yeah. But at least breathing comes easier. You think it's within your best interest to repress everything that just happened. Yeah. Deciding to wait for the movie you've been anticipating to be available on DVD or streaming, you join the long line outside the new cinema. By the time you reach the ticket booth, you just want to get inside. So you pick a movie at random, take your ticket from the tired-looking teenager manning the booth. The decor is chic and sleek, and the inside is busting with people. It's not what you're usually into, but it's kind of nice not being alone. Even if you feel a little lonely watching families and groups of friends laughing among themselves. You get some popcorn. The lines at the concession stands are long and the prices are criminal anyway. Yep. You go through the halls and follow the signs to the theater designated to your ticket before heading inside. You sigh at the sight of an absolutely crowded theater. You head towards the seat only to be told by the person next to it that it's being saved for someone. This happens a few more times before you finally manage to get yourself settled into a seat annoyingly off-center to the screen. But the screen is at least visible, if not a little too close, so you grit your teeth and bear it. The lights fade out, but the chatter doesn't. The rest of the audience seems constant to talk through the commercials and even through the trailers. You figure the chatter will stop when the movie actually begins, but it doesn't get even slightly quieter as the opening scene starts to play out. You sigh out loud, not thinking anyone would hear you anyway. This is why you avoid movie theaters like the plague. Suddenly, the screen changes, showing the face of a black cat. A familiar black. Confused murmurs fill the room. Then, the cat on the screen meows. Okay. The sound is strange and not at all like any cat should sound. Haunting, almost melodic, and layered as if made of multiple voices of different creatures. Creatures that would probably never say. You sit in confusion, wondering why you haven't already gotten up and left to complain to the cinema staff. But then, you hear it. It's scattered and dissonant at first, but among the crowd, people start to chant along with the cat on the screen. Oh no. I think it's time to leave. Soon the entire room is chanting in perfect unison, everyone staring intently at the cat on the screen. You're feeling strangely drawn to the screen yourself, but the compulsion to stare blankly like the others isn't that strong. For now. Also, you start to notice out of the corner of your eye that some of the people in your immediate vicinity are looking at you. No, they're outright staring holes into you, even as they continue chanting. They don't miss a beat as they slowly begin to frown at you in belligerent disapproval. Their scowls deepen as time goes on, as if they're getting impatient. Yeah, I'm out. This is too weird. I need to get out of here. Gathering your courage, or perhaps putting your fear to use, you stand up, fully intending to leave the theater. When everything comes to an abrupt stop, all of the chanting stops, even the cat's chanting on the screen. You tense and risk a glance around the theater. They're all staring at you. Every single one of them. They're not moving. They're not even blinking. You swallow, throat suddenly dry, even though a nervous sweat completely soaks through your clothes. You highly doubt that sitting back down will fix the situation. Your legs are shaking under the audience's unnaturally intense scrutiny. I think I said that right. But you force yourself to step forward, and forward, and forward, until you finally reach the end of the aisle. Feel their collective gaze even worse on the staircase. All their heads have turned uncomfortably to the left, look directly. The screen illuminates their faces, making clear their blank scowls. They seem even more upset when they had been minutes ago. Identical frown lines digging between their brows. You keep going, the heavy atmosphere becoming more and more oppressive with every step. You're so tense with anticipation that you fully expect someone to grab at you from behind. But no one does. You don't hear any of them even get up. You exit the theater, holding your breath as the doors close behind you. You brisk walk through the halls, putting as much distance as possible between you and that theater full of people. Finally, reaching the lobby, you just barely manage to catch yourself from falling to the floor as you grip in huge gasps of air. Gulp. You expect to feel relief as your breathing calms, but you feel a lingering sense of dread that only spikes once you finally notice it, as well as its source. You look up, and your stomach sinks. Oh! All the people in the lobby area of the movie theater. Everyone in line at the concession stand. All of them are staring at you. And they look even angrier than the people in the theater. You don't hesitate this time. You duck your head, avoiding eye contact, and leave the cinema. You ignore the glares of everyone in the ticket booths and the lines leading to them. You make your way home. Whenever you dare to look up at someone on the way, you flinch at the belligerent anger, fury, and disgust on their face. You think that you start to hear the faint sound of the cats meowing behind you, or maybe a kitten's. Doesn't matter. You just want to go home. You reach your front door and fumble with the keys. Cowering from the look of pure hatred on your neighbor's face as he stares at you from his door. Finally, you get inside your apartment. You lock all the locks on the door. You slide down with your back against it, though you're sitting on the floor. I just feel bad about this situation. You allow yourself a moment to breathe. Now home, your heartbeat calms and your fear slowly bleeds from you, leaving you feeling strangely empty. You pass the kitchen, head to your room, and slip under the covers of your bed, trying to fall asleep. Maybe it's all just a bad dream. As you fall into a fitful sleep, sure to be full of nightmares of glaring eyes, you try to ignore the ever-increasing sounds of cats meowing and yowling in the distance outside your apartment. Ending 17. Black Sheep. Man, fuck this cat. Don't take it home. You never take this thing home with you. Yep. We're gonna try ignoring the cat again, but we're not gonna go to the cinema. What was it doing? Oh yeah, let's go to the carnival. You spend the day at the carnival. Ferris wheel, roller coaster, barrel boat, rides you've never been on before, hoops, coin toss, balloon darts, games you've played before, funnel cake, popcorn, cotton candy, food you've eaten before, all things you've enjoyed before. You're surrounded by groups of people all having fun together, laughing, playing, eating, taking pictures, making memories, and then there's you. The sun hasn't started to set yet, still high in the sky, but it will soon. You start to wonder if maybe you should go home for the day. I feel like it's music's a little loud here. Turn down a bit. There we go. Maybe you should go home for today. When you stop on your tracks, you see something new. An attraction you've never seen before. A maze of funhouse mirrors. It's a bit weird. Yeah, it sounds kind of lame, honestly. There isn't even a line to get in. But then, what else is there to do? Now let's go in the maze. You enter the maze. A few rooms in, and you notice that the mirrors aren't all weird. Some just show you looking back at yourself. A little bored, a lot tired, and so very, very... Maybe this was a mistake. Why'd you think going to a maze of mirrors was a good idea? Even if it was something new to experience. I can't do this today. You turn around and head back to the way you came. Only to bump into a mirror. What the? Where's the exit? You try again, only to find another mirror blocking your way. By the time you're all turned around, you've realized that the way you came in is completely gone. Okay, don't panic. I just have to keep going forward, right? You step through the only opening you could find and nearly trip over something on the ground. You bend down and pick it up. What's this doing here? In your hand rests a worn-looking flashlight. Curious, you flick it on. Huh? The light doesn't look very... Crap, the lights! Park her out? Or did the attraction operator forget you were in there? How long have you been in here, actually? You pull out your phone to check the time, or maybe call the police. Your phone is dead. You grip the flashlight in your hand. The light it emitted earlier was dim enough for you to know there's probably not that much juice left. Best to reserve it for a worst-case scenario and feel your way out. Yeah, you can do this. You take a calming breath. Well, forward we go. Hello, daring adventurer. Who's that? Welcome to the Mirror Maze. Would you like to know how to navigate the maze? Yes, I need help. once again, welcome to the Mirror Maze. You're in a bit of a jam, but don't worry. You're in good hands, or rather, good paws. See these little cuties here? They'll be doing their best to guide you through the maze. Aren't they generous? When you enter a room, the emergency light will flash, letting you see the paths before you for a second, and also what lies beyond them. When you see these kind kitties, just go where they are, and you'll reach the next room. Unfortunately, they're not the only things in here. It is highly suggested that you refrain from following any of our other guests. They can be sneaky or distracting, but they're always hostile. So please take caution when advancing to the next room. Of course, this wouldn't be much of a mirror maze without mirrors. Can they hurt you? No, they're just mirrors, silly. They don't do anything at all. And you can't do anything to them either. They're just an obstacle you can't pass through. Go left, go center, or go right. The choice is yours. Though, if you find a room with no helpful kitties in sight, all the paths lead to a mirror or something. It's recommended you stay put, and just maybe it will work itself out. Now for your navigation tools. I don't know if I'm going to do voice. That flashlight you found doesn't have much juice left. It only lets you get a quick extra peek at your surroundings about 5 times, so try not to use it all up at once. What in the world? This game just changed. Yeah, I guess I should make a save here. There we go, we'll save right there. Keep track of the progress of the rooms to the left, and your lives up to the right. You got 3 lives, so be careful to avoid less friendly guests looking around. Why only 3 lives, you ask? Because you're soft and squishy. It would take much too damage to be beyond your repair. And besides, you're human, and humans usually only have the 1 life, yes? And yet here, you get 3. Don't you think you ought to show a little more gratitude? And that's the end of our tutorial. Hopefully it was helpful. Ready to play? I guess I'm ready to play. 3, 2, 1, go. Right. Okay, next room. Right. Okay, next room. Left. Okay, next room. Stay. This room feels off. You just wait. I think something just changed. Whoa, I don't like that. Let's go left. Okay, next room. Left? Stay. This room feels off. Just wait. Center. Right. Next room. Right. Right. Right? Hunter. Hunter. Stay. This room feels off. Just wait. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. I'm doing pretty good at this. Center. Left. Left. Stay. Uh-oh. You see it, the exit. You run forward, but as you do, the scenery shifts. Oh, there was a reset settings thing there, wasn't there? I'll have to go back and see what that does. Just slightly at first. But you're running too fast to stop yourself from colliding into the glass. Except, you don't quite go into the glass. You don't exactly collide with it either. You simply pass through it. And on the other side, you see an endless white void. And oh no. Yourself? Dozens of you. Hundreds of you wandering around. Aimless. Faceless. And empty. So empty and listless, they don't even acknowledge your presence. You try to turn back. The glass doesn't give. Past the glass, a familiar black cat walks up and looks at you. You think it meows at you, but you can't make out the sound. It tilts its head, then walks away. Glass goes dark. Then you watch helplessly as it disappears completely. You're trapped, with only yourself as company. Ending 19. You beat the maze! I did it! I beat the maze! I'm gonna check something here, though. Ready to... Blah, blah, blah. You got it! Can you let me go? Request to forfeit is denied. Let me out of here. Stream is not allowed in the maze. Okay, so, yeah, the reset settings didn't do anything. You got it. Which one? Reset settings. You got it. That didn't do anything. Well, let's see what happens if I fail the maze. Center. Ow! Ow, not that way. Ow, not that way. Ow, not that way. Suddenly, the lights turn on. Your eyes burn from the sudden brightness. As your vision adjusts, you see that you're completely surrounded by mirrors. The reflections, all grotesque in unique ways, look nothing like you. But they do look hungry. You back up. You don't know where to go. Was there even a way out to begin with? You bump back into a mirror. You feel a hand firmly grasp your shoulder. Chomp. Ah! There's a sharp pain in your other shoulder. Oh, Jesus. You rip away, looking back to see some thing leading out of the mirror. Its face has no features, save for a large gaping mouth, stained with your blood. Looking around in panic, you think that the mirrors feel closer than before. The path you come in from is long gone. You're surrounded. Every time you blink, you would swear the mirrors were getting closer, closer, and closer. Your horrifying reflections looking hungrier, hungrier, and hungrier. Ending 20, you failed the maze. Alright, we're gonna take the cat home this time. Well, why not? Right? We're just gonna leave the cat be. Like what? I'm tired. Take a nap. You're a little tired from the events of the day. Making life-changing choices, like committing to the responsibility of caring for another living creature, really wears you out. You could definitely use a nap. You head to your room and get dressed in your pajamas, or you decide to grab a glass of water from the kitchen. You head back to your bedroom, ready for a much-needed nap. Well, only for the cat to race past you through the open door and jump on the middle of the bed. It takes its time netting at the sheets before settling down and closing its eyes. Well, that was fast. You frown thoughtfully. Now that your mind's on it, you find yourself really craving a nap by your own bed. There's no way you're settling for sleep on the couch, certainly not the armchair, which means you should Sleep next to Cat. You shrug. What's the harm in sharing the bed, right? You both had a long day after all. You try to carefully avoid jostling the cat as you lay down, but it immediately scoots over and curls up against you anyway. That's sweet. You smile. Sweet dreams. Hmm? You feel like you slept for a long time. You feel a warm weight on your back. I didn't get a chance to read that. Oh, mystery solved then. You feel comfortable? You can start getting up, but as soon as the thought enters your head, your mind fills with the static and a deep sense of disapproval. Not yet then? Okay. The cat, jostled by your attempts at movement, kneads painfully at your back before settling down again and falling back asleep. You fall back into slumber too. It's night. You want to get up. Claws digging your back like a warning. Tomorrow then, right? Oh, so this cat's just not gonna let us get up. It's morning. You'll be late for work. But the cat doesn't budge. You don't even try to get up this time. You just close your eyes and drift off again. Yep, that is exactly what's happening here. It's the next day. Since the last several days. Or has it been weeks? Or longer? You're not quite sure. You're hungry. You don't know how long you've been lying down. You feel sore on your back, but also on your stomach, your arms, your face, everywhere. You can't remember your last meal, the last time you drank anything. You've been sleeping all this time, but you feel exhausted, more tired than you think you've ever felt in your life. Feels like a giant hand is pressing you into the bed. Can't remember the last time you even considered moving. But somehow you know that you need to go back to sleep anyway. Everything will be fine if you just go back to sleep. You think you're hallucinating when the cat finally stirs. It stretches longingly before hopping off your back. You hear the feet paddling through your still open bedroom door, its steps fading down the hall. You don't open your eyes. You don't move. You're afraid you don't remember how. You're afraid that the static will return if you try. But you eventually do try. You try to prop yourself up to your arm. It's thinner than you've ever seen it. Thinner than you think should be possible. Your arm snaps under the weight of your body and crumbles into dust on the bed sheets. What the? It doesn't hurt in the slight. What happened to us? As if even your nerves have dried up and become as useless as you feel in general. How long have you been laying in bed? You don't have much time to think about it. Your failed attempt at sitting up sends you tumbling over to the side of the bed like a rag doll. But you think you're probably closer to being a ceramic doll, as your body shatters instantly upon impact on the floor. Your head rolls towards the door, letting you watch as the rest of your strewn body parts crack, crumble, and turn to broken ruin as your consciousness begins to fade. The cat strolls into view, then poking and prodding at the remains of your brittle limbs. Bad kitty. You try to say, but you think your jaw might have snapped off earlier as well. Almost as if it's sensing your attention, the cat walks over to you. Well, your head at least. And you watch with your final conscious seconds as it lays down, curling its body around you. It feels warm. Well, maybe another nap couldn't hurt. Ending 6. It's just a cat nap, huh? Alright. Yeah, I'll take it home again. I could just press the skip button. I wasn't doing that. Do something alone. Like what? Let's clean the apartment. That's fun. Not really. You said that even if it's your day off, that doesn't mean you should be completely unproductive. You know you have a guest and all, but you really shouldn't put off your chores. Best to get them done while you're in the mood to do so. So for now, you get dressed, roll up your sleeves, and get to work on cleaning the apartment. At least you try to. You sweep the living room. You wipe the kitchen counter. Okay, you don't make your bed, but who actually does that anyway? True. Still, you notice that no matter how much you clean up, you keep finding more messes than when you started. You peek over at the cat. You suspect that it might be the culprit behind this mystery. Every time you rush to check on it or catch it in the act, you always find it napping in the living room. You keep cleaning, but the cat, or something, keeps leaving more and more messes in its wake. Catch a cat in the act. How are you supposed to finish cleaning up if this little imp is making a menace of itself? Now, you know the cat's the culprit. You consider locking it up in the bathroom, or at least until you clean the rest of the apartment. But it just doesn't seem fair when you don't actually have any proof. You need to investigate this further. You need proof. Not just for the sake of your sanity, but more importantly, for the sake of cleanliness. You start to clean again and peek behind you. Catch more glimpses of a paw here or a tail there. As with earlier, when you rush back to the living room, the cat was still sleeping. Okay, you want to play cat? Then let's play. This time you decide to lay a trap. One your feline friend won't be able to resist. You tackle the kitchen island counter and give it the works. It's glistening by the time you're done. It's so clean, you dropkick anyone who even thought of eating off of it. The perfect trap for your little cleaning saboteur. You whistle innocently as you exit the room and hide around the corner of the entryway to the hall. From the angle you're at, you have a perfect view of the cat and the island counter. There's no way you won't catch the culprit in the act now. If it really is the cat, maybe you'll give it a treat as an apology for your suspicions. But as you deliberate if you should stop by the grocery store to get some fish, the cat starts to shift. Its back that was rising and falling evenly moments ago. It's now rippling in small tremors like an agitated wave on a black sea. It's shuddering. It's bubbling. It's bulging. What? What the hell? You gape in disbelief as another cat bursts out of it, still sleeping feline you've taken home with you. You're fairly certain that's not how cats give birth. But more importantly, you watch cat number 2 shake itself off before leaping up onto the counter, rolling around the top of it and leaving fur and grime in its wake. Probably should have given it a bath earlier. You feel like your mind is lagging behind the reality of the discovery you've just made, but you don't seem capable of thinking beyond smaller observations. For example, though the hows and whys of what you're witnessing elude you. The mere pertinent question that strikes you that if the original cat is still sleeping, and the clone cat is busy making yet another mess. Oh, welcome back, Phoenix. Then where are all the other clones? Suddenly, the two cats look directly at you in perfect unison. Their eyes pin you to the spot with their intensity. But you realize with the familiar sinking feeling of being watched from behind that they're not the only ones looking at you. You slowly turn around. Oh, that's a lot of cats. Packed in the hall behind you, from the floor to the ceiling, is a living, breathing, writhing wall of cats. Of clones, all piled on top of each other. the glowing golden eyes of every cat and the undoubtedly wall of pure black fur. Every single eye is trained on you. Out of fear and a sheer desperate need to distance yourself from this blight on reality and order, you take a single step back. And in response, the wall just breaks. The cats all stampeding over you. It'd be kind of cute if their soft paws weren't hiding claws as sharp as knives. You try to protect yourself. There's just too many of them. Blood leaks steadily from your scratches. You feel dizzy. With that little strength you have, you turn your head and watch as the cats tear through carpet and upholstery, knock over vases, dishes, and lamps, claw at the walls. It's going to take forever to clean this up, you think. Maybe you'll tackle it all again later. Right after you take a short nap. With an annoyed sigh, breathe your last breath. Ending 2, Double Trouble. This cat is just... Look, it's mean. Alright, we're not going to take it home this time. We will... Yeah, I'm going to feed this cat chocolate. You must be hungry, right? Imagine it's had much to eat if it's attached to the box it's in. Though it doesn't exactly seem malnourished either. Surely it must have left the box to search for food then. For some reason, something in the back of your mind tells you that it's not the case, and not to think on it any further. Well, either way, you can't exactly enjoy your day out knowing you left behind a hungry cat, especially when you could have done something to help. That wasn't ending 1, that was ending 2. The previous one. So, what to do about the hungry kitty? Your pockets. Dig into your pockets. Found the string. And a bar of chocolate. You find a chocolate bar? Is it? Nope, it's not even expired. Like the find indeed. You're about to offer it to the cat. You're about to give chocolate to the cat. Don't feed chocolate to animals. Don't do that. Let's start. You're here with guilt as you remember something gut curdling. Chocolate is toxic to cats. Oh my gosh, you resist the urge to vomit at your near mistake. You feel so guilty, you throw the chocolate bar away into a nearby trash bin. An almost cat killer doesn't deserve chocolate. You go back to the cat, barely able to stand its innocently oblivious expression. It doesn't even know that you almost... I'm sorry, I didn't know what to say. You're a horrible person. You know what? Stay there. I'll be right back. You leave the alley. And in turn, the whole fish you bought at a nearby grocery shop. It was a bit pricey. It was the least you could do. Cat eagerly accepts your offering, munching happily at the fish after you place it in the box. You want to smile at the sight, but you just feel so awful. Sorry again. The cat seemingly pays you no mind as you slip back out of the alley. Not feel like you deserve a peaceful day out, you decide to just head back home. Oh god, this ending is gonna be dark, isn't it? Just because we're about to feed cat chocolate. Huh? By the way, have you noticed more cats than usual, watching you from their hiding spots? Are you trying to think about it? Oh god, there's more different cats now. You can't help but wonder if they know what you've nearly done, but it's not like you meant to hurt anyone. Right? You finally reach your apartment building. You're about to unlock the door when... You look behind you, only to see dozens of cats standing there, looking at you. Did they see you feeding the cat in the alley and thought that you had more food on all of them? I'm sorry, I don't have any more food for you. None of them move an inch. You're starting to feel a little unnerved when finally a single cat pushes its way to the front and... Oh no, the chocolate bar. Oh, it's you. Oh, It's held carefully between its teeth is the chocolate bar you'd thrown away earlier. It places the chocolate bar down in front of it before looking back up at you. All the cats look up at you. You're messing with the wrong neighborhood. You can feel their judgment. You feel your sins weighing down heavily on your back. But without the money to buy enough food for all of them, you'll know what to do. I mean, they're cats. I just go inside. The fact is, the cat didn't eat the chocolate, and I learned that, no, I shouldn't give them the chocolate. Go inside. You said cut your losses head inside. Your sins weigh down you, but you're only human. What more can you do? Exactly. Peace. You try to ignore the yelling of the neighborhood cats as you go about your chores. You consider preparing dinner. How can you enjoy it knowing how hungry those poor cats outside are? Oh. The ones you've wronged. You decide to take a bath and straight to bed without dinner. A fitting punishment for someone like... I hate this. You forgo the fancy bath bubbles because you don't deserve them. You sink into the water with a sigh. Your mind races, but you can't really think of any immediate solution that doesn't require more money. You wish there was anything you could do to make things right. Suddenly, your legs start to feel really itchy. You try to lift one to see what's going on. What raises out of the water isn't a pair of legs. It's a fishtail. Oh my god, they turned me into a fish. My dream. You feel dizzy at the sight. Maybe you're hallucinating from the stress. You try to climb out of the tub to cool your head, but instead of your hand rising up to brace yourself, a wet fin stretches to plop on the thread. I wish I was a fish. It happened. It's too weak to hold your weight, and you're so startled by the sight that you slip and smack your head to the side of the bathtub, passing out almost immediately. You're awake, you think anyway. You open your eyes, and you're underwater. You must have slid beneath the surface of the bathwater. You gasp instinctively, except not really. The bubble simply floats out of your mouth, up to the surface. You're broke as heck, so you know your bathtub isn't that big. Did you shrink? But how? And even if there was a reasonable answer, it wouldn't explain how you haven't drowned yet. You swim to the edge of the tub to see the truth in your shadow's silhouette. You've been turned into a fish. We did it. We did, everyone. We did it.
Shut the fuck up!
No! Yeah, this is a pretty clickable moment, I won't lie. This isn't possible. You don't get any time to ponder over this, unfortunately. Because just then... Oh no, I see it. A shadow looms over you from above. You look up and see the cat. Good ending ruin, I'm gonna get eaten. It peers down at you from beyond the water's surface. And then you realize this is the answer. This is how you're meant to atone. With a heavy heart, you swim up to the surface. Well, I'm Sushi. The cat scoops you up, tossing it out of the tub and onto the bathroom tile. As you flop around, gasping for air or water, you realize the cat wasn't alone. Dozens of hungry eyes peer down at you. You can hear the yowling of what sounds like hundreds of cats outside your bathroom window. You send one last look to the cat before closing your eyes and accepting your fate. As the cats descend upon you, tearing at your flesh, you find yourself mourning the fact that you're not even big enough to feed all of them. Even in the end, you couldn't properly atone. Your efforts, your life, all of it amounted to nothing. Oh, fuck you, game. Ending Toy 5 Seafood Sacrifice. I turned into a fish and you ruin it with that. uh, okay, since there's like several endings of this and it's almost 9, we'll do one more. Maybe I'll come back to this. I don't know. Some of these are interesting, but some of them, pretty damn dark. So, what should we do? Should we not take the cat home or take it home? I think I can still do stuff with taking it home. So let's take the cat home. I think they're still watching a movie. Let's do that. Not gonna lie, the fish ending was goofy. Yeah, it was. Let's watch a movie. You're not tired enough for a nap, but you're too lazy to get started on any of your chores. So you decide to watch a movie. Get dressed in your favorite pajamas, make some popcorn with an obscure amount of butter, and head over to the armchair. Only to discover that the cat is already napping in it. You frown a little in thought. Thank you for that clip, Phoenix. I appreciate it. I'll have to watch them later. Your couch isn't the best angle for optimal TV viewing pleasure, and you don't feel like it's pushing it around and having to put it back later. The only options you have left are to sit on the floor, or move the cat and reclaim your throne. I mean, it's my chair. I would much prefer to sit in my chair. Seeing how this game goes, though, should I reclaim my throne? I'll sit on the floor. You decide to sit on the floor. The cat is a guest after all, and you pride yourself on being a good host, if nothing else. Well, at least you would if you'd ever had any guests over before. You grab a blanket and some pillows and make a comfy nest in front of the chair. You pop in a random movie from your collection and can tell instantly that it's one of your favorite horror films. Of course you would watch a horror movie. You've seen it a few times already, but it never fails to get your blood pumping. A few minutes in, and you're already invested, getting reacquainted with the story and characters. The scares won't come until later, but for some reason, you feel like something is watching you from behind. You know it's probably nothing, but you feel compelled to check anyway. You peek over your shoulder. Ah! Only to jump out of your skin, jostling a few pieces of popcorn out of the bowl in your lap. Cat is awake and looking right at you. Ugh. You take a calming breath, recovering from your heart nearly rupturing out of your chest, and immediately feel foolish. I mean, what's so scary about it? The cat just wanted to watch the movie with you. It was just the cat, of course. It was so quiet you'd forgotten it was right behind you. Even though it's the whole reason you're sitting on the floor in the first place. You shakily pick up the remote, intending to rewind some of the parts you missed. However, as soon as you press the rewind button, the TV shuts off. You blink, confused. Nothing else turned off. The kitchen dim light was still on. The digital clock was still running, or glowing, and the movie player was still rewinding. Power clearly didn't go out, so why? You feel a chill run down your spine as you catch the cat's reflection on the dark TV screen. It's still looking at you? Cats stare, silly. It's kind of their thing, right? And you're a new addition in its life. Of course, it's going to study you closely to see if you're trustworthy. As you mentally reassure yourself, you turn the TV back on. What? The TV's on, but the movie isn't what's playing on the screen. It's it's you? You watch yourself from on screen as you feel your brow furrow in tandem. It's like footage of you in real time, like you're being recorded. You feel the familiar sensation of your mind focusing on small details to avoid the bigger picture of your current situation. Avoiding the questions of how this is happening, of who or what is doing this, and why. Suddenly, your mirrored self smiles and waves at you, while on its own. This is giving me flashbacks of that Aqua Teen Hunger Force possessed TV thing, to where, like, the TV was, like, showing Shake on there. Shake was like, oh, I remember this. I totally did this. And the Shake on the TV goes, I'm in your home. You don't wave back. You're starting to move. The you on the screen doesn't seem to mind, though. It then stands up. It walks out of frame. And, terrified yell rips out of your mouth before you can think to stifle it. On the screen, in the chair. It's the cat. But it's wrong. Oh! It's become a large, swollen mass of black fur. Its twitching pulse, etherical with its slow, almost methodical breaths. Its mouth is a yawning entrance to a black abyss, framed by a set of teeth that look very, very sharp. Glowing eyes bulge all over its body. It's still looking at you. It doesn't even acknowledge your on-screen persona as they walk back into frame and pet it almost lovingly. Then, the you inside the TV touches one of the cat's fangs. You flinch at the sudden sharp pain in your palm. You look down, and sure enough, your hand is bleeding. They have a really accurate cat in our house. Yeah, and we got Voodoo TV now. You're not particularly afraid of blood, but for some reason the sight of it leaking out of you sends another chill down your back. A thought, clear and terrible, flashes across your mind. It's not just the mutated cat in the TV that's watching you. Is it? Don't look behind you, don't look behind you, don't look behind you, don't look behind you. Don't look behind you. You watch helplessly as your on-screen self smiles and nods at you, almost encouragingly. They stand in front of the cat's gaping jaws. They look into the dark depths. And as you're torn between the horrifying realization of what's about to happen and the gripping wonder of what they see looking back at them from that deep, deep darkness, they jump in. Darkness is a sudden presence all around you, pressing in, holding you down, and yet somehow also feel weightless. You can't tell if you're falling, but it doesn't feel like you're laying down or standing either. You feel warm. You feel cold. You feel everything. You feel nothing. You feel nothing. Ending 3, silent film. This damn cat, get off my screen. I had enough of you. Back into my eyeball void we are.
I'm just kidding, this isn't the Blue Balls rip. However, you're going to wish it was.
But anyway, yeah, that was fun. I'll probably come back to that at some point. Yeah, at some point.